Brown Bones, thanks so much for performing on Advocate Sessions. I really, really dug your set.
Thank you.
First off, I want to ask you, how long you've been performing, writing music?
I've been performing since I was a kid. I started out playing the cello.
Really? Okay.
And I grew up in Seattle, and I played in the Seattle Youth Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So pretty young, I started performing classical music.
How many instruments do you play?
I play a few. I do a lot of production, so I program drums and play some bass and guitar and some keys. And I write a lot of songs lyrically for other artists, and just now starting to focus on some of the personal stuff.
And how long have you been doing Brown Bones? And where's the inspiration behind that project?
I've been doing it a long time, and I would go, maybe do it just as Andrew Moonbane, at an open mic, or I've made a go at it a few times over the years, but never really pushed it how I'm starting to push it now. So some of the songs I've had that are personal, songs I've written, but now it's pretty fresh, it's pretty new to be pushing it as Brown Bones and getting it out there.
Can you tell me about some of the songs you performed today and kind of the background behind writing those songs?
Sure. Usually, most of the stuff when I write like these songs that are what's comprising Brown Bones project, it's real visceral and from the heart, usually very immediate. So I'll get inspired by something, and usually the best stuff comes out pretty quick. And I've kind of been collecting them over the years. So this song, Sweetness, was, a love song that was inspired by, my true love. And Vices, which was the next one I did, was a song, that I was having a friend that was crashing hard on drugs and addiction, and I had met a friend of mine in New York, and her mother, she was telling me a story about her mother who had passed away, and she was an alcoholic, and she told me the whole story about how her mom had hidden it in the closet for all these years, and then she ended up, dying through her addiction, and I was already going through it with a close friend of mine, and so I remember leaving that meetup with her and writing it on the subway on the way home. So,
wow.
Yeah, and that was like immediate. What I did Takes One to Know One. That was another sad song about another friend that got caught up, and kind of did an ode for him. And then Old Ghosts, the second to last one I did with the fellas, was about my stepfather, who I was real close to, who passed away. And then the last one, Over the Border, was pretty old, honestly. It was from when we were going to war in Iraq.
Oh, really?
And it was like I was pretty much younger then. But it's one of those gems I've held on to and kept performing over the years. And that was just kind of like taking a look at, the mundane day-to-day life of 9 to 5 work and dreaming for something bigger and better, the house on the hill and all of that.
Yeah.
So.
And who are some of your biggest musical influences?
Joni Mitchell, KRS-One, for sure. Jimi Hendrix. Vaughn Benjamin, it's a big influence. Yeah, jeez. Bob Dylan, big influence. George Clinton, stuff like that for sure.
And, are you working on any new projects, like an album or EP?
Yeah, I have an album for this whole project, Brown Bones. I hope to put out March, April time.
Cool.
It's pretty much done.
Okay.
I'd like to find a home for it, but I also been started to put out stuff just independently, so that's cool too.
And you're planning like a spring release for that, correct?
Yes, I am. That is the plan.
So I imagine you'll be playing a lot of shows after that. Do you think you'll be playing in the Valley this winter, throughout the spring?
I hope to. That'd be great. If you have any suggestions, please, you have my email.
Yeah, I've got a long list
of
places
venues.
I could recommend.
I'd like to do some listening rooms. That's kind of the vibe for this music. I don't really want to try to do clubs too much. Rock clubs and stuff. It's a little too chill, I think.
I gotcha.
So.
And where can people find your music online?
Well, I have a Bandcamp, and there's two songs that are released. One is called Upset. The other is Takes One to Know One, which I did today. And those are both on all platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and all of that. And Brown Bones Mute is on Facebook, and all the links are there as well. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. Really appreciate the performance. It was really awesome.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Hey, thanks so much, Andrew.
Yeah.
Really awesome.